expected to appear in Harris County Court after being charged with aggravated assault. He is accused of hitting a security guard in the head with a glass hookah. What the fuck?
FBI, open up!
Hitting a security guard in the head with a glass hookah at a Houston nightclub. Now this
weirdo.
This is we witnessing the downfall. We seeing it. I think, see now, Boosie, if your ass was sitting down with Vlad TV, you would have never been in the club. You would have been getting that same club money from an interview. I'm just saying. Don't nobody want to tell the truth? Man, gonna tell the truth. Do your homework, gonna tell the truth.
All over Instagram, from Say Cheese to No Jumper, Boosie now faces aggravated assault charge after allegedly hitting a security guard in the head with a glass hookah.
No, it ain't nothing allegedly about it if they arrested him. I'm gonna let you know that right now. You in a club, you know what I'm saying? You in a club, you got cameras, there's witnesses everywhere. Boosie said, what? Crack! It's like, bro, you too old to be doing this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You too old to be hitting niggas for hookahs, going to jail for it and all this, bro. You been going to jail your whole life. You damn near 50. Bro, this is why you should have sat your ass down with the Vlad interview.
Now, for Memorial Weekend, Boosie was booked to host at Club Dome.
Just saying.
Now, Dome is, I believe, downtown Houston, and the club looks pretty upscale, if I'm being honest. This doesn't really look like the type of club that's gonna play Set It Off or really any other of Boosie's hits, because that's more like street music. He's a street rapper.
I don't even know why they booked
him. The fact that he was not only hosting, but he cracked a security guard's head here, I'm not even surprised that he's in jail.
Because I was just finna say, because if he would have did that in more like a hood type of club, they probably wouldn't even call the police on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't surprised they like, oh, he tripping. You know what I'm saying? They probably they probably had to convince the club to actually book him, and then they booked him, and he did that. No, he got
according to the paperwork, he's been hit with a felony charge of aggravated assault. On Saturday, May 24th, 2026, the complainant, Mr. Edward Iglehart, employed as a security guard at the nightclub, stated he was assisting with clearing patrons from the establishment due to closing. Mr. Iglehart stated that while escorting patrons out of the nightclub, an unknown female approached him and requested to use the restroom. He advised the female that the restroom facilities were closed because the establishment was no longer open. Now, if you've been a nightclub connoisseur like myself, you know once the lights get turned on, everybody gotta go.
Right.
They're not really sparing anyone. They're trying to get everybody out. They don't want people lingering in the bathrooms. They don't want people rushing to go do this and that. If you had to pee, you should have just handled it.
Yeah, because they always say, like, we shut lights on in 30 minutes. We got lights on in 30 minutes. Get your last drink last. Like, they always do that. I ain't never been in a club in a long ass time, but I know they do that. They do that even at like regular parties.
While the club was open. But once it's closing time, whoever was friendly with you 3 minutes prior, they're not friendly with you now. They want to go home. They're tired of your shit. The smile was a facade. They want you to leave. According to the security guard, the female became upset and intentionally struck him in the face with her elbow. The security guard stated he then began escorting the female out of the establishment. While escorting her towards the exit, the female dropped her phone and keys on the floor. Security stated that as he bent down to retrieve the female's belongings, he suddenly felt an object strike the top of his head, causing immediate pain and injury.
So it probably was Boosie girl or daughter or something like that. Dropped her phone and cell keys on the floor. Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues. But they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz, because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000.
He said that when he turned around, he observed blood running down his face and observed the defendant, Boosie, holding a broken glass hookah base in his hand. He believes the defendant struck him with the broken hookah base, causing the injury to his head. As a result of the assault, he was transported to St. Joseph's Hospital for medical treatment, where he received 8 staples to his head. He said he was experiencing pain from the injury and wished to pursue criminal charges against the defendant.
What the fuck?
Now, this isn't a light case.
Hell no. Not especially for him. He's a felon, bro. Like, Boosie didn't, like, this is why I be saying, this is the same thing I was just saying about D-Thing, the New York dude. Like, hey, do y'all like jail or something? Like, it's no way this man have been on death row, motherfucker. This man has been in prison, jail, time after time after time after time. He just barely got off a case in California for having a gun. You feel me? He always getting arrested. Like, y'all niggas ain't, do you like it in there? Is your boyfriend in there or something? Like what the fuck?
Weirdo.
What's really going on, man? You know?
He's accusing Boosie of cracking him in the head with a glass hookah. It split him.
Right.
An immediate laceration.
He really is lucky that he ain't get no concussion or, you know what I'm saying, no brain problems. Like, glass, bro, did you ever seen a hookah, bro? That bitch big as hell, bro. It sounded like it was his girl or something. He didn't like how security was, like, telling his girl to get the fuck out or whatever and kind of, like, escorted her out the thing. So he just was probably leaving the club. It was probably a hookah on the table somewhere. He just grabbed that bitch and boom. But that bitch big, bro. He could have knocked him out. He could have gave him a concussion. He could have, like.
And he had to get 8 staples.
8 stitches.
To shut that wound.
Right. That's a wound, bro. That's a wound.
This is actually bad.
Yeah.
This isn't a little thing. This isn't like you just swung on somebody.
Right.
No, dude's head got cracked open. Blood was probably all over the place, which there's going to be pictures and evidence of this.
For sure.
And he had to get 8 staple stitches.
8.
I remember.
It's crazy, bro.
I had to get 2 stitches
in
my leg, and I think it came out to like almost $3,000, $2,000, some crazy shit, right? The price was crazy.
Yeah.
So this guy is going to get hit with that bill on top of what happened.
Yeah.
And he's going to be coming straight after Boosie.
He going to sue the shit out of him.
Victor Childs, another security guard at the nightclub, stated he witnessed the incident involving the complainant and the defendant. Mr. Childs stated that he was assisting the complainant, the security guard, with escorting the unknown female out of the establishment. He said after the female dropped her belongings and the other security guard bent down to retrieve, he suddenly heard the sound of glass shattering. He stated that immediately after hearing the glass break, he observed blood, later determined to be the complainant's blood, disperse onto the floor and surrounding area along with fragments of the hookah. Mr. Childs stated that when he turned towards the disturbance, he observed the defendant, Boosie, holding a broken glass hookah base in his hand while yelling at the complainant. The complainant and witness both identified the defendant by his stage name, Boosie Badass, by pointing at his picture on the big screen inside the club. Both the complainant and witness also stated that he was the host for the club. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but here's my thing. Breaking down what we've read so far.
It looked bad.
You hear a sound, you turn, you see Boosie yelling with a broken hookah in his hand, and dude's shit split wide open, there's hookah all over the floor, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna assume Boosie did it.
Right.
But the guy that got hit in the head didn't see Boosie do it.
But it's cameras, bro. Come on, let's stop. This is what we do. This is what we usually do. You know what I'm saying? This is the role that I usually see when I'm reacting to these videos. This is the role where, we're gonna play lawyer and we're going to act like the rapper isn't as cooked as he is. And, you know, we did it for Lil Durk for a long time. They still doing it. They did it for YNW Melly. They did it for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised about what he's about to say. But, bro, you don't have to be a genius to figure out 2 + 2. You don't. If I hear a gunshot and I say, he shot me, and I turn around and I see a nigga with a gun in his hand and a nigga bleeding, it's not that hard for me to figure out what happened. Plus, it's cameras, it's witnesses, multiple witnesses, it's multiple cameras. It seems like in that type of establishment, you gonna come to the nice upscale white people club and do that? Oh no!
Clarified, he didn't see Boosie do it. They were focused on the female, he heard a disturbance and turned and saw Boosie with the hookah.
Yeah, good luck fighting that.
Now, who's to say that Boosie doesn't have Spider-Man-like reflexes and he just and grabbed the hookah base off the floor after someone else cracked him with it? Who's to say Boosie's homeboy didn't crack dude in the head and Boosie took the base to stop his homeboy from repeatedly cracking him in the head? We don't know. I'm just saying unbiasedly. At this point, these two guys, neither one of them witnessed Boosie actually strike him. They just saw the aftermath. Now, the victim was a marked security guard wearing a black collar shirt that read security. The police observed the laceration located on the top of his head and blood all over his head. We were later informed by club promoters and club owners that the female involved in this incident is Boosie's niece.
Yep, I
They
already knew.
successfully ID'd the defendant by typing his stage name into Google and
So how do I know this? This is what I'm saying. It don't take a genius to figure that shit out. Boosie, it sounds like a chain of events happened. The niece probably was feeling herself. She felt like she could do whatever she want to do because her uncle was hosting and I'm here for free and this our club low key and we getting free drinks or whatever the case is. And it sounded like they was trying to get her out of there. She was trying to do what she wanted to do. So they start escorting her out of there. You know, usually security have to be very strict about that to make sure nothing go on or whatever the case was. Boosie felt like, hold on, you just roughed up my niece, nigga. I ain't playing that. Nigga, I'm a street nigga. I've been around for forever. I don't I'm gonna grab this hookah and boom. Knocked his ass out with the hookah. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know why he didn't just swing on him. It still probably would have been a case, but it would have been way, way worse of a case if you just swung on him or pushed him or told a nigga, hey, hold on, or had your security take care of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But remember, they gonna say, the internet gonna say, I would have did the same thing for my niece. I would have did the same thing for my niece. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm ready to go to jail or whatever. My niece. They gonna say everything like that, and then when you actually do it, they gonna call you stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of nigga that say you stupid, and it's just dumb, bro. And you've been a millionaire for too long, gang. Like, you should know that the last person in here that should pick up a hookah and hit a nigga in the head with it is you. Like, ain't you gangster? Don't you got like niggas with you that's down to ride for a homicide when it's drama time and all that shit? Like, what the fuck?
His full name and date of birth. The police were then able to successfully identify Boosie. Now, there's countless videos on the internet of Boosie not playing about females. I mean, there was even one video where Boosie was telling the guy, hey, talk to me like that. And you can see Boosie's homeboy in the background
ready to whoop his ass. I remember that video.
Off. So Boosie doesn't play about the women. He defends the women.
I'm a man. You're not gonna talk to me like I will beat the fuck out of you.
It's okay.
You talk, I will beat your ass. Well, that's fine. You ain't gonna talk to her like that. I will beat your ass. You talk to me like that.
It's okay.
You're not gonna disrespect no woman.
So
like
the story behind this basically was the dude it was like they was at a hotel. The dude was like getting mad at like one of the female hotel workers, and he was like walking up to her being tough. But this is cool. This is cool. If you want to defend a woman, that's cool. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about that because you know what I'm saying. But you didn't crack her in the head with a hookah though. You know what I'm saying. You checked him, calm your ass down. You talk to me like that, we'll whoop your ass in here, nigga. Stop talking to that girl like that, trying to be all tough and shit. I will whoop. And then you, of course, the dude. Oh yeah, you already know how that shit go. But this is cool. I don't see nothing wrong with this. But you can't knock a nigga head. What the fuck, Boosie? What's wrong with you?
that, bro. Come on, she telling you. Everybody's saying they're sorry. Let her go, bro. She telling you she's sorry. She's telling you everybody's saying they're sorry, and you steady with
That nigga had some brass knuckles. That nigga ready. Look at him.
But how he handled this was not it. I
Not
will
the
say
same.
this.
Yeah.
If that was Boosie's niece, she should have had priority to use the bathroom. Because when the club lights turn on, if you're a regular person, yeah, you're gonna get escorted out. But if you're somebody with a lot of jewelry, this and that, or if you're somebody that the club knows or hired, like Boosie, they're not gonna force you out. They're gonna let everyone else go out so you're not moving with the stampede. In which you're just bumping shoulders with drunk people. Somebody could try to touch your chain, whatever. Normally they'll let the crowd go and then they'll escort you to your vehicle. You know what I mean? That's what happens when a club is showing love. They've done this for me before. They're gonna bring you to your car, make sure you leave good. The service is gonna be good. Not necessarily because they're worried about something happening to you, but because they wanna make sure nothing happens to you.
On their watch.
So you continue to come back and spend money. They want
Right.
to show hospitality.
Right.
I'll say this. If his niece felt entitled
I think that's what
and
happened.
decided that, oh,
That's the first thing that came to my mind. The niece felt entitled, nigga, this my uncle shit. What the fuck? I'm finna do what I want to do. Instead of being like, no, I'm with Boosie. I just want to run to the bathroom real quick. Like, Boosie, that's my uncle. Look, you can go ask him. Come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But also, I also know the other side, flip side of it, on some shit like sometimes them club security be doing too damn much. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just be overly aggressive, over pushy and shit. Like, calm your motherfucking ass down, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I get it on both. I don't know exactly what the security did though, type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the security did, but in the eyes of the law, it really don't matter like that much. Like, unless the security went over crazy, it still don't give you the right to, you know what I'm saying, do that type shit. Yeah, I feel like that's
oh, I'm not getting my way. I'm gonna elbow security in his shit.
Oh, right. I forgot. She got elbowed. Yeah. So what you want him to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? I forgot about that part. Sorry. Hold on. Call the popo ho. I forgot about that part. She elbowed security in his shit. So at that point, it's like, I don't give a fuck who. I'm not thinking about you being Boosie this or none of that, nigga. You got to go. And then Boosie probably didn't see all the other shit. He probably just saw his niece getting roughed up and just felt like, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case was. But it, like I said, I always tell y'all, it's a way to do shit and it's a way not to do it. You know what I mean?
She fucked it up for herself. So she starts getting kicked out. Boosie sees his niece getting kicked out. He ain't going for it. Grabs the hookah. Bam! Fires him up with it, right? Complete crash out. Complete fuck up on his part. Should not have done that.
Yeah, crash out.
Let your niece crash if she's gonna crash. But
right.
You cannot be mad at the response
at the security
to what she did.
Exactly.
If she caused the situation,
if she started
by becoming erratic and striking security with an elbow, at that point, you know, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm riding with her, right or wrong." Okay, gangster, ride with her, right or wrong. Now you locked up. She's not.
And that's my whole point. Okay, gangster, ride with her, right or wrong. See, a lot of shit people be saying. They just hear other dumb motherfuckers say it, and then they just think like, "Oh yeah, that's true, yeah." Like that's the dumbest shit I ever heard of in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just stupid. Like he about to say the same shit I was gonna say. Boosie going to jail. You know, Boosie could get years for this. Boosie is not no nigga that goody two shoes. He finna get slapped with probation. He probably already on fucking probation. He'd have been in prison, I don't know how many fucking times, bro. He done got arrested, locked up for I don't know how many felonies. This not gonna look good. A judge can very well see this and be like, you not learning your lesson, Boosie. 5 years. Was that worth it? Because your niece wanted, what it does is it enables these people. You enabling your niece. You know what I'm saying? Now she feel like she ain't do nothing wrong. And she don't, you know, like,
all because she had a piss. Realistically, this is what happens when you ride out for people that do not value you.
Exactly.
And put you in a dangerous position.
Right.
Knowing you'll crash out.
Right.
And then now you're fucked. According to the bond paperwork, for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon,
they gave him deadly
Boosie's
weapon on
bond
there?
has been set to $85,000, and I believe, looking at a news report, he's already been released. Which isn't that big of a surprise that he would get out, but what the bigger surprise is will the feds step in and put him back in federal custody?
Exactly.
Now, this is Boosie's Fed case from when he got caught with a gun at the music video in California when the dumbass dude was on live and it showed Boosie with a gun in his waistband, right? This was filed January 9th,
he barely got past this shit.
And Boosie, Torrance Hatch, pled guilty to 1 count of being a felon in possession of a firearm. Now, for this, he was sentenced to federal prison for 10 days. He was given time served for the time he'd been locked up already. But part of his release would be federal supervised release.
That's what I say. He already on fucking, well, this not technically probation, it's supervised release. The feds call it something different. But yeah, you know, supervised release from the feds. So what's stopping the feds from picking this shit up? What's stopping the feds and being like, yeah, nigga, you not learning your lesson, bro. Come on over here, boy. Because another thing about the feds, they don't give no fuck about money.
3 years. This is basically probation.
Right.
For 3 years. This is what the feds do for everybody. It doesn't
Right.
matter who you are. When you catch a Fed case, you get your time and then you get your federal probation, basically, right? And the mandatory conditions: the Boosie must not commit another federal, state, or local crime. The Boosie must not unlawfully possess a controlled substance. The Boosie really must not do any goddamn thing that
Exactly.
can be named illegal. Now, his special conditions is submit to a search of person, property, house, residence, office, vehicle, paper, cellular phone, computer, or other electronic communication or data storage devices or media effects conducted by a U.S. probation officer or any federal, state, or local law enforcement officer at any time, with or without warrant and with or without reasonable suspicion. What this means right here,
He's fucked. That's what it
any
means.
cop can walk up to Boosie and be like, I want to search
I
you.
want to search you. I know you
I
got. I
want to
know
search
you're on the
you.
feds.
I want to
I know
search
you're
your
on paper.
car. I want to search your house. I want to search whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't need any probable cause to do so because he's on federal supervised release.
Right.
He basically has the rights of an
Inmate. Yes,
but in
outside.
society.
Right.
In prison, they don't need a warrant to walk up and search you or to search your cell. It's the same shit.
Right.
So at any time, they can walk up, search him, pat him down, do whatever the fuck they want without a warrant. It also states he would have to complete 300 hours of community service in a program approved by his probation officer. Now, again, looking at his Fed case on Pacer, the last thing was a judgment on the 12th of 2026. Nothing in here is saying that he doesn't have this additional 3 years of supervised release or that it was canceled at any point in time.
Yeah.
Which means
ass
because he
gotta-
just caught a
you
new
gotta
charge,
see that.
I would expect the feds
To pick it
are
up.
gonna pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get put in federal custody.
Mm-hmm.
He's most likely gonna be transported to have to report to California,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna get a violation of his supervised release.
And still,
Boosie could
I could be wrong, but if I'm correct, I think the feds are gonna pick this up, but he's still gonna have to. He could probably gonna end up being in federal jail, but he's still gonna have to deal with the state case. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, for example, if the feds give him violation and they let's say they give him violation and now he got to go do the rest of that 3 years in jail, he still got to get out of the feds. And let's say he get 2 years for hitting folks in the fucking head. Now he got to get out and go back to Texas and do state prison in Texas. Just dumb as fuck, bro. This is why this is everybody always call me crazy when I say shit, but I don't just talk out my ass, bro. Boosie's mindset has not changed. The fact that he's still on interviews, anti-snitch this, anti-snitch that at a 44, 45, 46-year-old grown-ass man that had been in prison 1,022 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still on the same shit, Boosie. You ain't learned your lesson. You still on the same shit. You, Young Thug, all y'all that still want to be gang, still want to be savage, still want to keep it real, still want to all these street rules and street politics. But when Gucci Mane called the police, he's the weirdo. He's the goofy. But when Boosie ass crashing out in the club and going back to jail while he on federal probation, pretty much. Yeah, he the real nigga. He like, y'all got shit so backwards, it's sad, gang. Y'all got shit so backwards, it's sad. It's sad. You went off on Gucci Mane. You went off on 6ix9ine. You went off on the whole world. Queso Daddy, you went off on everybody. For taking the police route. But when you take the crash out route, it's supposed to be cool. It's supposed to be real nigga shit. No. That's dumb. It's just dumb, bro. It's dumb.
Up back in a federal facility,
Yeah.
possibly a federal prison.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's gonna immediately just get tossed into prison. No, you normally you have to violate multiple times, whatever. But it just depends on how
It
strict they want
depends
to be.
on how the judge.
Boosie
Yeah.
is
The
on
judge can do whatever he
a
wants.
federal supervised release and just got an aggravated assault with a
With the deadly
weapon,
weapon.
cracked somebody's head. They had to receive 8 stitches. Nobody at this point has witnessed him. But
At this point,
guarantee you
somebody
somebody
did.
actually saw what happened.
I guarantee you it's on camera.
I guarantee you this is most likely on video.
Yep.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
Right, me
And
neither.
if that's released, there's not much way he can fight this case.
Yep.
But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's
I think he's
1090J.
an idiot,
I'm rocking
bro.
with y'all. Y'all
I think he's an idiot. I think he never really matured. He never really grew up. He never really got past all of the bullshit that comes with being in the streets. He never got past that. You know what I'm saying? He never got past. He just never did. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't grown up. He hasn't grown up at all. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he still values how he's looked at. You know, that's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like he still care about, man, I ain't finna, them motherfuckers ain't finna play with my niece, and then y'all gonna be telling motherfuckers I ain't do nothing. Hell no, I cracked his head open. Yeah. Like, it seemed like he still give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's so anti-snitch. He's so anti all that, because he still care about people looking at him like a street nigga. One day, I don't know when, he might be 75 years old, but one day he gonna realize that don't nobody really get no fuck. You feel me? And if they do, who cares? Yo, I'm sure your kids would rather you be out and raising them and teaching them and being a father to your kids. They would rather you be a real dad than a real nigga. A real street nigga. I'm sure they would rather see you every day than call and have to answer the phone and talk to you through the phone and come to prison and visit you and all that bullshit. I'm sure they tired about waking up and hearing that they daddy went to fucking jail. You know what I'm saying? And it got to get to a point where you care more about your family, yourself, your kids, than you care about trying to be this street nigga that you been trying to be and you been wanting to be since you was fucking 13 years old, bro. Like, damn, like, just give it up, gang. Give it up. You don't see Drake knocking niggas' heads off. You know what I'm saying? You don't see CEOs and owners of Fortune 500 companies, billionaires. You don't see LeBron James knocking the nigga head off because his knee. Like, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, when you gonna boss up and just be a player and just be a grown, bossed up boss that just handle his business, take care of his kids, don't give a fuck about what's going on in the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? When are you gonna do that, bro? When you gonna do that? You got your son, he going to jail. He trying to be a suburban gangster. He getting locked up for guns and all this shit. Like, I hope his other sons ain't looking up to this shit, feeling like this is what he supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, gang, to me, it's like, bro, you grown as hell, bro. You damn near, like, you could be a grandpa. Like, your oldest son is old enough to have a baby any day now. Like, you old enough to be a grandpa, bro. Like, when the fuck is you gonna sit your ass down in your rocking chair, you know what I'm saying, make your money, smoke your weed, and just talk shit all day at the family reunion? When do that come into play? Because I'm 27 and I'm ready to do that now. So, I don't get it, gang. Motherfuckers want to be so tough, so gangster, so, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, gang, like, bro, like, that's not the way to live your life, shorty. And people, you gotta accept the fact that some people gonna call you a bitch, a hoe, a goofy, or whatever, the scary, whatever the fuck else they gonna call you. You gotta be willing to be that, though. For the betterment of your kids' life, the betterment of your life. You ain't tired of fucking going to jail yet, Boosie? Damn. You done probably spent more time in jail in your life than you have been out, nigga. Let me see. Let's do a quick Google search before I end the video. How long has Boosie done in jail in his life? So Boosie spent a total of 5 years in prison on death row, and then he got found not guilty. So that's 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He done been locked up. I don't even know how many more other times. He did what this is. He did a 4-year sentence in 2009. And he ain't been to actual prison since 2014. So it seemed like he didn't probably spent on total days. He didn't spent too long, gang. I ain't gonna lie. How old is he, Boosie? He's 43, bro. He's 43. Like, you didn't probably spent, nigga, what the fuck? How long I'm not gonna figure that out. But when you add up probation, parole, he just got shot in Dallas not too long ago, and was like in a wheelchair and shit. Like, bro, you too old to be going through this shit, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you damn, you really too old to be going to club. Like, all this shit. It's just my opinion, though. It's just my opinion. Everybody ain't gonna think like Mac Mula, but this ain't y'all channel, nigga. This my channel. So I'm gonna talk about my fucking opinion. My opinion. You'll never catch me in a club at the age of 40 years old. You probably won't ever catch me in a club ever again in life, but if you did, it's not gonna be after 40. I don't give a fuck what they paying me. 40 years old, nigga, I'm chilling. My kids is probably gonna be grown enough by then, nigga. I'm going on vacation with my wife. We gonna have butt naked, freaky circus sex on the back of downstairs on a boat, shit like that. I'm going to Italy, France, and shit. I don't want to. I'm not going to fucking jail. I'll tell you that.